it is Burning Crusade. Blizzard has like the old server files and all that stuff. So they decided, you know what? Let's release those. So it's like its own game, separate from World of Warcraft. Know what I mean?
Ah, yes.
It's like old school RuneScape and RuneScape.
So Louis messaged me yesterday.
What do you want?
Wanted to know how much I had paid for my new PC.
How would he know you had a PC?
So I put it on Snapchat.
He's still on Snap?
He still follows me.
Okay.
Good morning. Or good morning, Julie.
Hello.
Oh. I
Uh,
had a stream on, so I didn't hear anyone come in. I just heard, good morning. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, sorry. You're streaming? Okay.
Mushroom's bad.
No, mushroom's good.
It's not when you're trying to run from the horde and and you get stuck in a mushroom.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the tiger. That was just happening. It's still nighttime, right? So I should be okay.
Here I am, minding my own business. Zombie jumps down into the hole, screams. A whole bunch more zombies come after her.
What are you doing 7 days?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So I'm in my single player game.
Cool. No, I gotta work anyways. And I'm on Borderlands 3 currently. So.
How is that compared to Borderlands 2? Is it more the same, or is it got some good differences?
It's got some differences, yeah. I mean, some of the weapons have different firing styles and types that you can switch.
Okay.
I mean, some of them you can even change the elements mid-play.
Nice.
Or change them from single to auto fire or to burst fire. Or like a grenade launcher on the bottom or a shotgun on the bottom, switch to that. Or smart weapons where you can throw, like, it'll either shoot a grenade or a puck or darts, and then all your bullets will go towards those targets.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
mean, there's a lot. They've definitely added to it. I did playtest the game before it came out, but now I'm on a marketing gig.
Oh, okay. Sounds fancy.
You know. Yeah. No, it sounds better than it is. It pays shit.
So marketing gig. What exactly are you doing?
Getting paid for it, so. Hmm? Oh, playability. Basically, if I play and they get my experiences from playing the game and the other crap that I pick up from other people in my reports.
Okay.
And then they use that, and you know, everyone, all the people that work for me and for the other teams. They use or sell the information to other companies. Actually, sorry.
Damn it, not again.
I'm gonna have a handler so we can call it espionage. Hey, it sounds cooler. It sounds cooler to say that I'm actually a spy
I have to
for
get
video
permission
game.
from my handler.
Well, he gets me the contracts, right? So
Okay. Yeah.
I call him my handler because he gives me contracts. But right, you guys don't. So originally, when I lived in Montreal, I worked in their office at Ubisoft as a playtester
Okay.
for 8 years,
Dang.
and then I got the work at home gig and moved back to Ontario.
Okay.
But yeah, it pays crap. You need more work than just doing what I do.
Oh.
I mean, I do other stuff. So no, it's less than minimum wage.
How do they get away with that?
Because they could get it for free.
Oh.
Then why are you doing it?
I like it, and it's not the only thing I do. I also walk on stilts in costumes, which actually pays way better.
Fancy.
Well, I get paid 50 to $100 an hour for that.
Oh, nice.
I mean, how often do you get the gigs though?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Especially during COVID. Kind of killed that process, but oh well. It's not really something I know we're talking about, but oh. I thought I had to explain because I realized you guys had no idea what I was talking about. When I turned on Discord, it automatically went to the channel I'm always on this Discord. So, and there was people here.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd harass them.
And people
Damn it,
apply for like that testing gig, or do you kind of have to get like almost
Yeah, you
invited?
can't apply for it. Yeah, no. When they came up with it, they started it while I was working there.
Okay.
And I mean, even in, I've been doing that for the last 7 years, and it has changed since then. And I became like a lead. Sorry, I became like a lead. I have to do like extra quote unquote paperwork, reading and stuff. But
Because I'm a lazy, unemployed guy who would like to do stuff with games. I know it's
I
not just
have-
playing games, but
I have gotten. I occasionally get contracts where I actually have to hire other people because I need multiplayer, but it's not like on a open server. You have to do a private server, so I have to actually, pay other people to play with me. So, but out of those, I've at least 2 people have actually joined me on the job. They got called in.
okay.
So that's, as far as I know, that's really the only way to get in. But they really haven't been hiring too many people in the last 2 years. They've been letting people go.
Yeah, I can kind of understand that.
Just glad I'm league, 'cause it means I'll be one of the last ones let go, but it still sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've let go 18 and hired 2.
Yeah.
I mean, under my team alone, and that's 1 of 10. Well, in North America. You know what okay, a little bit off topic, but not quite. The funny part is my best checks actually come when I work overseas.
Huh.
Like, work on overseas servers, especially the Koreans.
What do they commercial. It's a contract.
Yeah, because no, it's because they want to get North American opinions on the game so they can sell their stuff better over in North America.
Okay.
Marketing, right? So they actually pay $2 more an hour.
Nice.
Yeah, it sounds glamorous and awesome, but it's if you want to get into the gaming industry, don't get into playtesting.
Yeah. You just get to play video games all day. Yeah, but not in a fun way.
They're not always
it might pay
finished.
your rent, but that's about it.
I've heard stories
Yeah.
about playtesting.
Well, that if you're doing in-house and whatnot, you're not. It's not like a daily job, right? I mean, it is while you're playtesting, but then the game's done, then you have to wait for the next game. And sometimes, like when I first started, we had to wait 3 months into the game. It's like for some tax evasion reason.
Oh, jeez.
Xbox, then they'd have to hire you on full time.
Yeah.
There was like an hours thing. And done. Yeah, my first 4 years of playtesting, I was only playtesting once every 3 months. And then they put me on those stupid fucking cell phone games.
Oh.
When they hired me full time, most of the games I was playing were stupid cell phone games. And then they give you like Assassin's Creed for a couple of weeks or a month. And then, 5 months of stupid cell phone games. Until the next Assassin's Creed comes out. Or so, I mean, Ubisoft doesn't have that many games, right? So
Yeah.
So they actually do a lot of marketing business for other companies, though. I mean, we sell a lot of information and stuff to like Sony and Xbox and whatnot.
Just kind of like, here's how players thought of these systems. And...
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, as far as I'm aware, anyways, most of the information gets sold to, like PlayStation and Xbox and people that actually put the games out, Epic.
Okay.
So maybe they're just looking at I have no idea what they're doing with the information. I can only guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a new thought that maybe they're just using it to see what games they do want to buy and don't want to buy based on previous games.
Okay.
I don't know. You could use that marketing information for so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Something I had thought of before. Anyways. Oh, it's with a C. Okay. I was thinking Sectan from Space Engineers.
What from Space Engineers?
Sectan. The mod maker.
Oh.
Sectin, have you been making mods without talking to me?
No. I got
No.
it too in I didn't know if people were fucking with me. I think I was playing Siege. And people were like, "Oh my god, Sectin," and I'm like, "I don't know who you people are."
Yeah, I think his name's spelled with a K instead of a C, though.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I'd have to look. It's been a while. What do you like? Take a second. Dan? I know EJP is playing 7 days.
I'm playing Burning Crusade Classic right now.
Burning Crusade.
Yeah. World of Warcraft.
Ah, okay.
He's murdering people.
No, now we're in a dungeon.
Okay, now he's in a dungeon where he's totally not murdering people.
No, I'm murdering bats and like swamp giants.
Why won't you go along with the joke, my dude?
It's my life's goal to just ruin everything you try to do.
Why? Why is that your life's goal?
No.
Are you so sad you need to bring me down to your level so that I will cry with you?
I'm bringing you up to my level. No.
Oh,
No.
that was quick.
No, you're at a higher level. You're at a higher power level. You've got a job and people that talk to you outside of your family.
I might be at a higher level, but that would probably be due to the mushrooms. What's kidding?
I don't need mushrooms.
I
I got
tend to be
monster.
literal. Ugh. Chemicals.
Yeah,
That's all I taste when I drink that stuff.
but it's sugar free, so it's healthy.
Healthy, say that to your liver.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I mean, I don't know if mushrooms are much better for you, but
I don't know. It depends on how many you take, I suppose, like anything else.
a gram and a half or so.
I don't know how much that is. We use freedom units. How many ounces is that? No. I don't know what the dosage would be for. But anyway, I know they're trying to like microdose people with
Yeah.
that in therapeutic settings. That'd be neat to try. I have no interest in getting high, but it did something.
Well, I got a bit of a tolerance too, so
Mm-hmm. God, that is not your food, Black Cat. I feed
at
her,
least for the.
but she gets fat, so she runs in here and sneaks the other cat's food. I'm sorry. Said you built up a tolerance?
Well, at least the ones I currently have.
Okay. They don't do
The
it.
same with marijuana. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what you got to switch it up.
Yeah. I think that's funny. My buddy used to be a pretty big on the subject of mind-altering substances. My buddy used to be a big weed smoker, but of course, it's not legal
Oh,
here yet.
oh, really?
Yeah. But then
Bummer.
he switched to CBD, which is legal, and he's like, dude, this shit's so much better than weed. He doesn't smoke anymore. He just buys it from the
Wait,
store.
that's legal?
Yep, CBD is legal here in Minnesota.
But pod isn't.
No, it's America. You know how it is.
Okay. Yeah,
Laws
yeah,
are stupid.
yeah. I live on a border town. I know. Yeah.
Hey, I live at the south end of Minnesota, but we're like miniature Canada, except maybe not as good.
Yeah, I live in the part of Canada that's farther south than Colorado.
That's funny. What state are you above then?
Michigan.
Okay. Yeah, Michigan. No.
Yeah, Southern Ontario.
Okay. I think it's awful. I don't know
And
anything. Huh? Go ahead.
right on the border. That's all. Sorry.
Okay. I was gonna say it's awful. I don't know anything about like Canadian geography. So like,
Okay.
yeah. So you can tell me where you live, and I'm like,
I
I've
don't.
heard of that place, but I don't know where it is.
I
Let me
I
give you a
don't blame you
little.
because I've seen.
I will tell you
I
what
don't blame you.
Canadian geography I know. Quebec is where the French people are at. That's all the Canadian geography I know.
Um, where most of the French people are at. There's also New Brunswick.
See? I don't even know.
That here's a question that'll even screw most Canadians. Do you know which province is the only bilingual province in Canada? French and English.
Newfoundland.
It's New Brunswick.
I was guessing anyway.
Most
So.
Canadians would actually say Quebec.
Yeah, that's
At least most Canadians that I've asked that question to.
what I would have assumed too.
Yep. Most Canadians assume that.
So
No,
Quebec
it's New Brunswick.
isn't officially bilingual, or is
Nope. It's French.
those bastards?
Yeah. No, JP had it right.
I used to
It's the
play.
French province.
I used to play Warcraft with a French Canadian a while ago. He was interesting.
Oh, yeah?
He had a very odd accent.
Yeah, don't use my accent to base most Canadians off of changes.
Oh, I know. I had a conversation with you about it not too long ago.
It's funny though how like
True.
Canadians will have like a very non-distinct accent, but there's always those certain sounds or certain vowels that it just hit your ear, and it's like that's a Canadian.
Oh, really? Okay.
Maybe I'm sure
Mm,
I'd run into
I can see
Canadians.
that from the ones from the East Coast. I can see it with the East Coasters for sure, but they've got a certain sound. But West Coasters up to Ontario, it's pretty much the same.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. There'd probably be millions of Canadians to prove me wrong, but it always seems like there's just those little sounds.
Okay.
It's
No,
not
I
like a
wouldn't.
boot or
It'd be
anything.
way harder for me to recognize, right?
I don't know. Like you can you tell if people are American when you're talking to them?
Nope.
Huh.
Well, if they've got that twang, yeah, or
Yeah.
if they're putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable,
What?
but if they're from like Pennsylvania or Michigan or something, not really.
Yeah, I mean, I will admit I haven't talked to many Canadians.
Yeah, I wouldn't know if you were Canadian or American by your accent.
Well, people say Minnesotans are kind of the Canadians of America, but I don't know.
Yeah, you were saying that. Is that because you're the Knights Americans, or is
Um, I don't
that
know.
the accent?
I guess a little of both. But I don't know, Minnesota nice is mostly passive aggressiveness, but a pleasant passive aggressiveness. We're not going to stab you, I guess.
He's threatening me.
Well, how good for you. Hello there. God, whenever they
Ooh,
have
see, that
Minnesotans on TV.
could be East Coast, or see, but that could also be an East Coast accent, Canadian. That's why you're called the Canadians. Okay, it's the East Coast accent when you're doing that. Hello there.
Hey dear, how's it
Oot and
going?
about.
Oofta.
Yep.
Yeah, that's rough there, buddy.
Yep. That's East Coast or Minnesotan, I guess.
Yeah, anytime you got a
I didn't know.
Minnesotan on TV, that's how they'll talk. They got one in fucking Fallout 76.
Right. Right.
The little robot. Hey there, campers. My sensors indicate one of our campers is missing.
I automatically presumed that was East Coast, but that's what I know.
My thought was I thought she mentioned like a Minnesota lake, but I don't remember for sure.
Oh, okay. It makes more sense, it being Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Canada's not really in Fallout because it got annexed by the States.
That's so.
Now, by the way, I do gotta ask now, what do you think about that being in the game, that Canada got annexed in their lore?
Um, it would totally happen, but there would still be Canadians in the North
Mm-hmm.
fighting you. Like that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Fallout just kind of glosses
I
over
mean,
it, and they're like, "Yep, we captured it all."
yeah, like no resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, then again, the Chinese were able to. Did the Chinese take Alaska in Fallout, or did they just attack it?
Yep.
They
No,
took
no,
it.
they took it. They got all the way like into center USA.
That's nuts.
No, they took Alaska, but they didn't get into the U.S. until they actually went to war, where the
Yeah.
bombs were falling. Then they invaded.
But yeah, with that tech and stuff, yeah, totally would have walked over and steamrolled Canada for sure.
Yeah. Fallout's lore is always a little iffy with stuff. You wonder if power armor would actually be like useful on a battlefield.
Yeah, well, my big thing about
Yeah.
Fallout is a lack of information for the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I get how, yeah, you can use that because, nuclear war, there's no communication with the rest of the world, so we don't need to fill it in, but
Mm-hmm.
people are dying to know what happened to some parts of the
Mm-hmm.
world. There's even a Fallout 4 mod
Did you ever?
from that's all about Britain.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, I
Go
saw
look
that.
it up. It's fucking
I've played that
amazing
in a
looking.
while. Fallout 4. Did you ever play 1 and 2 or Tactics?
I I really tried to get into Fallout 1. The farthest I got was the Mariposa base, but I think I might have ran there too early because I got like
Oh, okay.
smeared, and then I just kind of said I gave it a college try. I'll set it down for
Yeah.
now.
Well, and presuming you're half my age, so there were other newer, better games out at the
Mhm.
time, right? That game's a little old now.
Mm-hmm.
That was 96 when it came out, wasn't it?
Luckily, I
Or
got to
go ahead,
be
sorry.
around there, I think. Yeah, I got to play when it came out, so it was like brand new. But of course, Fallout 2, the engine was far superior, and you could not go backwards playing though. If you played Fallout 2, you cannot play Fallout 1.
Oh, fuck.
Just, it's just hard.
Yeah.
Well, I
Like not difficult, just
Mhm.
rough.
I honestly like. I know they lost the source code, and probably not worth the money. But if they updated Fallout to play like a like XCOM or something, just in the ease of use with the UI, I feel like it'd have a pretty good audience that would pick it up.
Fallout Tactics um, was basically the Fallout 2 engine, but more streamlined. It was excellent. Is excellent. Still a good game to this day. Like, still really easy to play and good to play to this
Okay.
day. You ever played it?
No.
You should check it out.
Yeah, I should. The only I
It might not
guess.
have the best graphic, but the engine is whatnot.
Mhm.
Excellent. Because you can
Yeah.
play, turn-based or real-time, your
Oh,
choice.
that's cool.
And you can switch it up in between even.
Nice.
And you start with like a team of 6, I think. So you even got vehicles and whatnot.
Yeah, it was Brotherhood of Steel. That's the one that everybody says is really bad, isn't it?
No, that's the one people complained about because it didn't follow like a Fallout story because that's not what it was. It was Fallout Tactics. It wasn't Fallout. And a lot of
Okay.
people didn't get that, and they complained about it not being a Fallout game because
Mm-hmm.
that's not what it was. What it
Not
meant
to
to be.
mention, it also had in-game advertising.
What?
I'm not making that up.
Advertising for
The
what?
game, energy drink that no longer exists.
What one is it? I'm trying to.
Balls.
What?
Balls energy drink.
Oh my god.
That's balls spelled BAWL.
God, who would? A little early in its time.
Yeah.
There's an energy drink. It
But
was
they
made
needed
by
money,
Mountain
so.
Dew, and I can't remember what it was called.
Was that another reason people complained was because of that? You know, games need money to be made, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in-game advertising is quite all right with me. And that means you don't have to pay them to use their name, like say Coca-Cola or something. You can get them to pay you. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really selling out unless you're selling your name to them.
Yeah.
That'd be different. What was the other game that did in-game advertising?
I know. Rainbow Six Vegas had fucking axe billboards that you'd fly by when you're on the helicopter.
No, I mean like one of the first big MMOs that had in-game advertising. Anarchy? Anarchy Online. I think that's what it was called. It had like billboards, there was like car commercials
Oh my
up
god.
on billboards and screens and shit.
Yeah, I heard about that, and the reason for that is because their financing was shit.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
that's how they made their money. Because you could play the game for free, you could buy some DLCs and other stuff,
mhm.
but mainly they made their money off the advertising.
I will admit I'm
I
cheap
wonder if
enough
that's
where
still
if
true.
there was an MMO that had like billboards, but they fit the theme, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, no, these did. They fit the theme. They
Okay.
were decent. Like they didn't like stand out as like, what the fuck is that doing there? No, it fit. Oh, it says that Anarchy Online still has servers running. Really? Wow. It still has official servers running.
Wow.
That's amazing, actually.
Okay, I must have it confused with a different game then.
Are you confusing it with Hidden World or Secret World or whatever?
No. There's another game that had a name like Anarchy, but it was all futuristic.
Yeah, no, Anarchy Online was futuristic, but generally started off it was pretty downtrodden, but still slightly futuristic. But I mean, even the car commercials and stuff that they had on the billboards were of cars that didn't really exist and looked futuristic. But the company name would be like, I don't remember the company name, so let's say Ford. So it wasn't like true advertising, you know. It would use the company names, but the products were fake.
That wouldn't be a big deal to me.
That's why it kind of fit the theme, right?
Mhm.
I don't know about when they first started doing it because it might have been different, but when I got into the game, that's the way it was. And I have no idea what it's like now, if they even still have advertisements. Like, would they?
I don't know with the way microtransactions work these days. You wouldn't know if they
Yeah, I
would yield.
wonder, like, now I want to download and check out Anarchy. I'm like, hell, maybe my account's still there.
Wow.
Hmm. Oh, it is free to download. Yep, downloading.
Oh yeah, one
I'll
MMO
check
that I
that
played
later.
that had in-game advertisements, Habbo Hotel.
Habbo Hotel.
It was
Why
like
does that sound like a sex game?
it was um it was like an online chat room basically, but you had a little avatar that walked around. You could buy furniture for your room and shit.
Again, why does that sound like a sex game?
Yeah. No, it was real kid. It tried to be kid friendly. It was funny.
Okay.
My mom bought me like $60 worth of stuff on there, and I had a room, and I was so happy with it. And then the fucking company had a breach, and everybody stole everything. And I'm sad.
Yeah, that
Okay,
would suck.
Like I would never play it again. You know, it's not fun anymore. But you know, just being able to like, yeah, that stuff's there. That's neat.
Are they still up?
Yeah, the company's still up, but their customer service is non-existent.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's
At first, I thought you said Hobo Hotel.
oh
I was like, oh wait, what? Okay,
yeah.
no, it's
Well, what's
it
this
still
I
sounded
hear that
bad to me
Club
though.
Penguin's still a thing?
Someone
Who?
like remade. They have private servers now.
Oh,
I don't know why you'd want. I don't know. I guess I didn't grow up with it. Like, why would you want to play Club Penguin?
I don't.
you're asking the wrong person, my friend. I never touched it.
Never heard of it.
It was like a Disney kids MMO type thing. You'd play mini games
Probably
and
why
stuff.
I never heard of it.
Mm.
There was also a Nintendo, no, GameCube version.
What?
Yeah, there's a GameCube version of Club Penguin.
Okay, well, let's put it this way. My first console was a ColecoVision.
Oh shit.
Shit, you're
My
old.
second console was a PS2.
PC gamer.
Yeah. Well, no, I wasn't a gamer. I was well, I did do a bunch of gaming. I was more of a programmer at the time, but
Okay.
I did do a bunch of gaming, of course. I am an escapist, and now I'm a professional escapist.
Yeah, I was a '90s. Grew up in. I was born 1992, but like my
Okay.
first console was still a
So you're
Nintendo.
3 years older than my daughter.
Oh
You're
jeez.
3 years older than my daughter. Yeah.
Okay. Question in
Which
regard
makes you 17 years younger than me.
Wow.
when you refer to
What was the
first
question?
console, is this the first console you ever played or owned?
I'm 46, dude.
Okay. Because first console I ever played was an Atari some
Yeah, same here.
some
2600.
some 4-digit number.
2600.
Yeah.
Still out in the garage.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, the first one I played was actually an Atari 2600. It came out when I was, oh, what, 10, 11, something like that? 12?
Still remember this one robot game my parents had for it, where if you ran away, it would say human, fight like robot.
Would it have digitized sound?
Yeah, it was like very screechy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could barely make it out. But it would make fun of
It only
you,
had 16
essentially.
notes or something like that, right? So 20 notes or something.
It would make fun of you if you ran away instead of fighting.
Did you ever play that castle one? I don't remember the name of it. I want to say
Quest.
Castlevania or something
What is it? The one
mean
stay
Quest?
a while,
like that. That might
stay
be it.
forever.
And you can like carry like like matter of time, you gotta like push a ramp
No,
or a bridge,
nope.
or oh, it was horrible.
Oh, I know. I've seen it. I know what you're talking about. I know how bad Atari games were. I
I
remember
beat a lot
playing
of them, but I was, you know,
I remember playing them and going, "What's the point of this game?"
mhm.
Or "Why can't I save?" Or
I feel bad. My grandparents had I guess they picked up a bunch of stuff from like Goodwill and stuff when it was junk. I don't know what type of PC it was, but
Mm.
it had Pitfall, and it was only PC speaker sound. It had Pitfall and had Wolfenstein 2 and all these old games on it, and we were like, "This sucks. This is boring." And then I think eventually it just got thrown out in a grove.
It's probably 2D. Presuming it was IBM or something similar.
Yeah, it's funny now because I'm not
Because
into it
you're
like.
saying PC, so it wasn't just a keyboard, right? So it wasn't a Tandy or a Commodore or something.
No, it was like a PC. It
It
had
had
the
a
tower.
tower. Yeah. So it was probably a 286 or a 386.
Yeah.
I mean, anything bigger, you probably wouldn't have had Pitfall on it,
Hmm.
unless it was Pitfall 3D.
No, this is just the 2D stuff.
Well, Pitfall 3D really was 2D. They just made it isometric.
Oh no, yeah,
Instead of it being straight, it was on an angle.
this was straight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I suppose maybe not like worth anything, but it's still kind of like God. I'm not. I don't collect in any of it, but I have an interest in it, like watching YouTube about these old games.
Yeah. After my cousin got the Atari 2600 when it first came out, I played it, and then I wanted a console, so
Mhm.
I got a ColecoVision. Yeah.
yeah, well, first
Oh,
real
oh
legit
God.
console, I guess you could say I got, not counting all these shitty handhelds,
Mhm.
Hey, handhelds are
was a
good for
Game
whenever you
Boy.
don't have the time or the patience for a console.
Handheld,
It's
as in it was the Jurassic Park handheld,
Oh, the
or the
Tiger
Street Fighter.
Electronics.
Yes,
Uh,
That just the LED
yes,
or LCD. I don't know what you'd call those old ones.
I know it.
LCD.
Yes, so it had all the sprites pre-registered, so it would just
Mhm.
light up sections, and it would sometimes combine them to make different things. I do remember Cammy in the Street Fighter was also just the kung fu guy with hair.
Gotta save that memory.
Yeah, the Street Fighter one only had six. It had six fighters for its credit, and you would have to fight the other three depending on who you chose.
And Strife, when did you get here? I didn't even hear you come in.
oh, I came in just a moment ago.
Okay. Wasn't ignoring you if you came in earlier.
Nah.
And what are you up to this morning?
Playing a bit of Elden Ring.
Nice. I kind of burned out on Elden Ring.
I have not done a whole lot of it. I think I've beaten the Tree Sentinel and the starter bosses, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I got up to the doors to the academy or whatever. And I was just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna take a break, and I never came back. Too much thinking.
I'm trying to kill the Fell Omen guy right now.
Trying to think of who he was.
Okay.
He's